my name is Dee. This is Happy Life Stuff. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and let's get straight into this video. I may or may not want to tell exactly how this story went today. Someone that I was talking to about like his situation. So I was in the grocery store the other like a couple of days ago, and I saw this guy, and long story short, I wanted to talk to him. So I started talking to him. I wound up talking to him another day, and like I was like just asking what is his situation, or what was his last situation, or whatever the case is. And he was talking about the roles that he would have to play into a relationship. And he was like confused about kind of his role in a relationship that he was in, because I've never heard of it, but I'm aware of it. Anyway, like the situation was that he, in the relationship, like he feels more like the feminine in the relationship, and his previous girlfriend was like more masculine, and it seemed to like not always work out. Like I'm kind of aware of people that are like that, and you may or may not want to be like that, but for me, like sometimes, like if you want that masculine role, then you're probably not balanced as a masculine man. And he he was like, at first he's just like, what are you talking about? And I was telling him like, to me, like, even though you are like, you want to provide, you want to do all these things as a masculine man, but it's hard for you to do it because you're not balanced. Like sometimes you just have to be balanced. And I told him like, I feel like speaking to me is possibly his start of that, because sometimes, like, well, for me anyway, you meet everybody for a reason, and sometimes you just unaware of things that you may or may not have known. And like if I was in the situation, I would feel like you are unbalanced, and it's a difference between, like, if you want to be like that, then you're completely fine. But if you're saying like you want to take on that role, but it's a little bit hard for you, and you're not gay or anything, like you don't feel like you're not yourself or whatever, then you may just be unbalanced. And it's like I said, it's completely fine if that's the role that you want to take. But if you're saying like you don't feel like you're masculine, and you have a partner that's more masculine than you are, then you need to like try to balance yourself. And you can balance, just like you need to balance out the feminine energy you have and masculine energy that you have. And he had really never heard of like the whole feminine and masculine energy. But I asked him, like, does he feel like a man? And he's like, yeah. And he also wants to be a man. Like, he wants to provide, and he wants all that. And I told him, like, and it's sometimes you need someone to bring that side out of you. It's possible that you're just not, like, you haven't met the person that has brought that side out of you. Sometimes, like, you just meet women that is like, it's easier for you to just do for. You have like some women that are more masculine, and it just, like, instead of the man being more masculine, and since you're saying your previous relationship was she was on the masculine side, that's gonna like lower your masculine energy, and you're gonna be, and if you're lowering it, you can only become more feminine. Like, you can't lower it and then be more masculine. If you're lowering it, you're becoming more feminine. And it's possible that you just need to meet someone that's more feminine. And it's nothing wrong with a woman and a man, because at the end of the day, for me, if we're all soul, we're not, energy is just, well, a gender is really just what you're defined as a a 3D perspective. Like there's so many different people in the world, and you know, you get to care about all of them, and you get to care about them depending on their role as well. So it might be that because she's more masculine that it's a little hard for you to express your masculine side, and you should speak with her. Like, go back, speak with her. This is me doing what I usually do, talking to someone and then letting them, pushing them back into their last situation. But maybe it's possible you have to talk to her and see if that's something she likes. Because if she's like a worker, she's used to taking care of all the responsibilities, the bills and everything, she may have more of a masculine side, and then that may be something that she just likes, and that's totally fine. But it might not be the best thing for the both of you, because um you want that side, and you both can't have that side. Like, there, I mean, maybe it could work, but it's a little hard to be in a household where there's two really masculine people, unless you two just like that. But if there's a man that wants to provide it or be the provider and support, usually they need someone more feminine, because, or have more feminine energy, because it just goes smoother. And you can't have two people, because masculine energy is like high, and then another masculine energy is like high. So you really gonna have, but a lot, whereas though you kind of need that balance where the masculine energy is high, feminine energy is a lot more lower. So when it's time to talk to each other, it can balance off more smoothly, instead of you all being, because some, like me, I am more feminine. I listen more. I don't feel the need to like have the last word. I'm very like settled. Um, with my personality, it's just a lot more settled, and like I'm okay with that role. And sometimes we're not okay with that role, and we want a more like it, which is not a big deal. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, if I was more masculine, then we would like headbutt a lot, because I'm always like, no, things need to go like this, and I'm the leader and this and that. But sometimes for me, I'm just not, I don't need to be the leader. I don't want to be the leader in a relationship. Like, I don't, like, I like to be feminine. I like my role. If you try to date someone that is more feminine, you will see like you have no choice. Like, and if, especially if that's just something that you want, if you want to be masculine, you have no choice but to play that role, because you both can't play that role. It just doesn't work. Unless you are just two feminine women that are together, that works. But usually, like, a masculine, like a feminine woman that's very feminine and like in touch with her energy, that's feminine, most likely she wants a masculine that's very masculine. um Usually that she don't want like a masculine that's feminine, because like, it's just a lot of women just like that safe feeling, and I really want that kind of safe feeling energy around them, like feeling safe, feeling secure. And then usually, like, women, like, we be scared of stuff, like we be running and everything when something happens, or something, or maybe they don't, I don't know. But we want someone in our house that makes us feel safe and secure. So, maybe it's just time for you to date someone and try and see how you feel, if you feel masculine, because sometimes it just doesn't work out. And then I got to asking him the things that he do on a regular, how many jobs he work. Is he like the type that like stay home and clean the house, or does he work multiple jobs, or do he feel like he needs to? And she wind up leaving at one point, because he said like he didn't work that much, like he didn't feel like he needed to work. But it was crazy, because once he moved out, he found himself like working more. And I said, like, well, when you have your own house, like that first, if she's working a lot and you guys are kind of sharing the bills, then she's working a lot, you feel the need. But now that you are taking care of your whole household, that should give you a hint that you probably just want to be more masculine or feel more masculine. Or if the girl is like yelling a lot and he's like, yeah, she's like very strong-headed and she's very stubborn, he doesn't get to really say what goes. And I'm like, yeah, like, and he said, like, that's just her personality, that's how her mom is, that's how her dad is. So it's just like is in her to work and be more masculine. And even with the calling, and I said that, him calling her all the time, like she never has time to talk. And I'm like, yep, she seems like, she just is like the masculine type. And you should talk to her and see like if that's a role that she like, because it seemed like it is. And then that's, if it's a role that you're okay with or you're not okay with, then you should see like if that's something that you really want to do. Another thing that like feminine men that are unbalanced do, like they can watch a woman like do certain things where still she's like cooking, she's cleaning, she's working multiple jobs, um, and she's possibly even struggling. And that is like signs of someone that's unbalanced. And they don't really take that role or the initiative to help around the house and do all of the things that um, men typically do. And there's a difference between when you decide to have roles that you just say, like, this is set in stone, whether that is like the male staying home, which is not a big deal. The male staying home with the kids, if the woman has the career, she's the one that actually works, then that's just something that you can definitely arrange with your household. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's only something wrong when I feel like when you're arguing, and if you are arguing a lot, it's possible that the roles in the relationship are just not balanced enough. And that just takes natural type of energy, like natural. The energy has to be natural, because if the man is feminine and he wants to be more balanced as a masculine and have his feminine energy, because you have both, but if you want to be very balanced, then it's really hard to do that when you have someone else in the household that is not okay with the whole balancing thing. Like, it's like, nope, this is my way, I don't got time for that. And the most important thing is, if you both are feeling like depressed in the relationship, then that's like a big sign that like there is a huge imbalance in your energy. A big indicator would be like you sitting around doing nothing, feeling depressed, feeling like, life isn't about anything, all of those things. And why, especially if it's followed by you watching someone that you supposed to love do a lot of things in the household. It's a possibility that you just really need to balance yourself out as a masculine. And it may, and I really feel like this, unless like you speaking to someone and you possibly telling them that you probably need to chill on your masculine side. You probably need to like tone it down and let me take that role, and you need to just like chill out. If that's something that she does, then maybe things could be worked out. But if she feels like this is her, it's nothing wrong with her, she's fine, you're the one, then it's possible that, yeah, you just need to move on, because there's no like, it's nothing wrong with her. Like, there are women that is more masculine. Like with me learning about the whole twin flame thing, I definitely like see a lot of men that say they are the feminine, the divine feminine, and girl is the divine masculine, and it's like the roles are kind of like reversed, because when they actually got together, that woman, like, they were more masculine in the relationship. They just took on that type of role, and the man was like more feminine. But it doesn't mean like he's not the man in a relationship. It just means like he just has like a feminine energy that's like stronger than the masculine, and they could still balance each other out, because she's masculine, he's like, it just have to be balanced, unless you just decide to, even with um same-sex relationships, it's sometimes it's really the same. Like, there's always someone that's more masculine than the other one more feminine, the other one more masculine. Like, they usually take on that role, because it's we are soul at the beginning. We're soul, so because we're soul, like, we have no gender, really. So if we have no gender, then you really, like, there's no title to you. There's no title. There's no title to us. Like, you can really be anything. God loves everyone. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button. And thanks for tuning into this video. As always, happy manifesting, guys. Thank you. Bye.